you're coming in, just find your Zen zone. Get your mat set up, or a nice beach towel will do. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can find another blanket or a towel to sit on just for some comfort. And as you're getting yourself ready, start to take some open mouth exhales and just let go of all of your stuff. So much fun to be able to bring these classes to you from our home. Jason said he felt quite the sense of excitement yesterday during class, just thinking ahead to all of the days that we'll have this to come to every day. Even if you don't have time to actually practice, have us on in the background. Let us become part of your day and let yourself become part of ours. The more that we can reach out together or out to each other, the more we will come together as a community, even in this unconventional but pretty exciting way. We still have a moment before class starts, so as you're coming in, just get ready, get set, and we will have our class today. This class, what I wanted to do with this series, this 30 days of community yoga, was to come up with a way to connect all of us together, but also a way to connect to nature from inside. And by nature, I mean earth and fire and water and air and ether. So our Monday through Friday classes will have elements woven in of these 5 beautiful parts of nature, so that we can find that part of nature in ourselves. And we did a little bit of research about the days of the week and how they might pertain to these elements of nature, because everything is connected and somebody somewhere has done research on everything. We were worried about our other cat jumping up and down. It seems her sister's gonna want to take her place. So if the camera gets knocked over, you'll know it's our cat Luna just decided to knock the table over. So today's class, this Monday morning, which is kind of fun, being that there's a full moon tomorrow, but not today. But Monday is going to be our moon day, our water day, where we kind of get into the flow of life and get into the flow of our practice and get into the flow with our breath. So for today's class, as you are coming in, again, just have comfort in your space, turn your ringer off, and grab a blanket. And let's start our class today. Come to sit in easy pose. And let's bring palms up today. And just as though you're trying to make a little cup with your hands, a little water cup with your hands. Sit tall with your spine, and your hands rest on your lap, creating a little catching cup, if you will, as though you were sitting out in the rain and trying to catch water in your hands. And then just drop your eyes closed and start to listen to your breathing. Mudra, or a placement with hands, it really is just a way to direct energy today. And we'll be focusing this Monday morning on the water inside. Going with the flow with our breath, going with the flow with our movements. And then melting down for a really nice, long Savasana. And as you sit here breathing, I invite you to try a kind of breath called Ujjayi breath. And if Ujjayi breathing is in your practice already, just go ahead and start and feel that fullness come in as you breathe. And if Ujjayi breathing is new to you, first let me tell you what it means. It translates as victorious breath or voluminous breath. I like voluminous quite a lot because I like the double meaning of volume, because you're trying to bring volume into your lungs by becoming bigger in your breath, but you're also trying to bring volume, the volume of your breath, to your ears, trying to listen. So the breath comes in and out through the nose, but it's as though you're trying to whisper through the nose. And as you practice this, you'll start to get a little louder and louder. And there's a constriction there at the top of the nostrils where you'll feel a coolness as the breath starts to come in and you start to hear that loudness. This is called ocean breath breathing, where you can breathe like the ocean, just following the waves of your breath. And once you can find that volume, then bring your awareness down to the volume, to the belly, to the lungs, to everything opening as slowly as you can. And sometimes it helps to press the tongue lightly up to the roof of the mouth. It can help you to concentrate on that spot where you're trying to bring that cool inhale in through the nose, listening to the sound. And we'll stay here just connecting inward. That ocean breath breathing. Allow yourself to move in any manner that feels good to you. Typically, I say sit with a tall, straight spine and try to find stillness, but it's water class today. So if you start to get in touch with that inner ocean that goes on as you breathe, just go with the flow, so to speak. We'll take about 10 more rounds. Palms of the hands pressing lightly up. Check in with your posture. 5 more slow rounds. Notice the inhale, notice the coolness, notice the fullness. Exhale slowly, listening to the sound, victorious, voluminous. hands so that they're forming a cup right in front of you, the pinkies and sides of the hands pressing together as though you are collecting a little bit of water. And depending on how you're feeling today about touching your face, hopefully your hands are clean and you've been home and you're nice and safe with your practices, but let's wash our face. Let's metaphorically wash our face here, cupping water and just spread it down over your cheeks, over your forehead, maybe up into your hair, just literally just refreshing yourself. Maybe your hands feel cool today, maybe they feel warm. Maybe they smell like your lotion or last night's garlic. And then bring your hands to your heart, bow your head toward yourself. Thank yourself for being here. Send a silent thank you to everyone in our virtual room in the comfort of their beautiful homes. Send some love to them. Let's connect our hearts. When I practiced live with my teacher, she asked us to imagine this invisible web just being woven all over the world. Well, she's an international teacher and her students are all over the world one day. But all over our city or wherever you are connecting from, just imagine that this web of love is pouring out from our house to yours, and from yours to theirs, and from theirs to ours, and just all around. All of us connected today in our practice, all of us connected today in community. Lift tall into the spine. Bring your hands back behind you. We're going to come back to easy pose, but give yourself a little zhuzh here in the legs. Get some circulation flowing. And then come back into easy pose, other side, flexing out through the heels. And then roll into the shoulders a few times. Just open up and close into the shoulder joints. And lift the palms and lower them down. If you're just joining us, today's focus is our inner nature with water. We're going to go with the flow. Left hand to the earth, right arm reaches up, press over. And staying in your side stretch, inhale, just come up a little. And exhale, reach over. And moving here with the breath, we'll take 4 more breaths this side. Press into those sit bones, anchoring yourself here, but letting the rest of your body become more and more fluid as we reach, as we stretch, as we get rid of that overnight stagnancy. Come through center, arms reach up, right hand down, inhale. And as you exhale, you're stretching, pressing into that hip. And just notice how you open up. Notice how as you move here fluidly with your body, you start to let go of that tension in the hips and the side body. Come back through center, press through the hips, reach the palms up. If it's okay, palms will press together. And 5 rounds of Ujjayi breathing. Try to really listen to that sound. If it's uncomfortable for arms to be straight, feel free to bend into the elbows, but try to keep those palms pressing together, lifting energy up. And as though you are an anchor, as you inhale, reach up. 3 more breaths, that Ujjayi breathing. Listen to the sound. Exhale, sink into the sit bones, the sides of the feet. Inhale, reach up. Last one, find that length, find that fluidity in your spine. Bring your hands to your heart. And we'll come up and over into downward dog. And I invite you here to really find that fluid motion of dancing your dog. walking your dog, pedaling your feet. Ujjayi breath throughout practice today. I will bring your awareness to it several times. You can hold on to it as long as you like. You can let it go when you need to and come back to it. It is a breath you have to practice to become good at sustaining it. And come on down to your knees. Stretch forward to child's pose. As you inhale, keep your hands pressing in, but lift up through the body as much as you can, still in child's pose. Exhale, sink down. Keep your hands pressing in, inhale, lift up, become bigger. Exhale, sink down. Reaching forward a little more. Inhale, we'll take 3 more. Lift up, come up like an ocean wave, and exhale as you sink back, releasing. 2 more. Come forward to tabletop position. And we're going to move with a lot of intuition here in a fluid cat-cow. Place your hands somewhere under the shoulders or forward of the shoulders. Bring your knees at least hip distance, if not wider. And take a moment here and just shift side to side. Listen to the sound of your breath. Your eyes can close. No one's around, so you can just move as it feels completely natural to you. And come back to center. 10 rounds in cat-cow. Inhaling as you open up. Listen to the sound of your breath. Really try to stretch into the front of the spine. Exhale as you curl and round and become intuitive here. What else can you do to find that space? Inhaling as you open up, remembering each ocean wave is completely unique, even though it's part of the same ocean. So feel free to play around with this. You can flip your palms around if you'd like, bringing the fingers back toward you. Five more. Feel free to find a little side cat-cow, the hands walking off to one side then the other. And don't forget to switch sides. Today's practice going with the flow and just seeing how it feels good. Come back to center, lift on up to a kneeling pose. Roll your shoulders back and down. Toes can tuck under. You can bring a little padding under the knees with a blanket or with your mat. It's creating a little bit of a cushion there. Toes tuck under. Press your knees back behind you and bring your arms out to your sides. Elbows slightly bent as you hug the elbows to your sides. Palms press up. And have a little oomph here, like you're really hugging the elbows in and pressing them down to the earth. Feel that stretch in the sides of the shoulders. Inhale, reach up, lift up. And like you're holding a big beach ball, as you exhale, press over to the side, knees press down, eyes look down. Inhale, come up just a little, and same side, exhale. If holding the beach ball with two hands is too much for you, bring that bottom hand to your hip. Bring that left hand to your hip. Come back through center. Another side, exhale. Inhale, come up. And exhale, see if you can find a little bit more space each time you come through. One more. Reach up. Hands press to your heart. Release the tops of the feet down. We'll move into downward facing dog. Before we come to dog pose, let's take a moment for shoulder safety. Hands press in, weight. And when we come to downward dog, 50% of our weight goes to our hands and 50% of our weight goes to our feet. And then from there, you want 50-50 in your hands. So that's 25% for you math geniuses out there. So 25% of your weight is going to be taken in those hands and wrists, and you want to really make sure they're active. Fingers are spread out, elbows pressing slightly forward, shoulder blades back and down and rounding away from each other just a little to really feel that activation in the shoulders. Stretch back to your full plank pose. And then lift up into the hips. And we're going to move with our breath here. From the toes to the hands. As you inhale, start to move from your tiptoes to your legs, to your shoulders, coming forward. And as you exhale, press back first with your hands. Shoulders move in position, hips lift up. And then from your toes, inhale, rock forward. Find your plank pose, moving with the wave of your breath, moving like a wave, pressing back from the hands, down the dog. Pressing forward with the toes, inhale. Exhale, downward dog. One more. Knees come down. Come down to your belly, lowering to the earth. Hands stay pressing in, tops of the feet to the earth. 5 breaths. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale. Slow and steady. Listen to the sound of your breath. Try to let most of the movement be from the upper back and the shoulders, not the hands. It's not a push-up. It's a heart lift. Neck and shoulders relax. 2 more. One more. Press into the hands, lift into the heart. Bring the hips up, knees pressing in, tuck the toes under, and then downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Exhale, press through the hands, downward dog. From the toes, inhale, rock forward, wave of water, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog. 3 more. Find your strength, take your knees anytime you need to. Don't strain your shoulders, just have fun with this. Listen to your breath. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Knees come down, press it back, child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower your hips. Come on down. Tops of the feet to the earth. Cobra pose, inhale. And let's build a little heat here. Exhale, press back, child's pose.
Inhale, you can come through forearms as you come forward. Try to hold yourself safe here, coming up to cobra. Exhale, press smoothly back. Child's pose. Feel your arms starting to fire here. It seems so simple. You're just coming forward, rocking forward, bringing belly down, lifting up. And then pressing back. And all of a sudden, you're activating into those arms, feeling that fire. 3 more. Inhale. Moving with the flow of your breath. Two more. Take 1 more. Slow and steady. Rock it forward. Child's pose. Reach those arms back if it's comfortable. Give your arms a break. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Reach your arms forward. 5 breaths as we did in our first child's pose. Palms stay pressing in. The rest of the head, the torso, the shoulders lift up as you inhale. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, become a little bigger. Maybe even the hips, leave the heels a little. Exhale, sink to your child's pose. Listen to your breath. Eyes are closed. Really connect inward. And slowly come up. Tabletop. And then plank. Downward facing dog. And pedal into your knees. Or pedal into your feet, bending one knee, then the other. Inhale, knees bend, look forward. And exhale, step up, find a fold. Half lift, heart lifts. Fold in. Press down, reach up, stretch through the arms. Hands to your heart, Savasana pose, thumbs to your sternum. Relax the shoulders down. We'll take 5 breaths here. Ujjayi breath or voluminous breath, listening to the sound. Come in through the nose, feeling that belly open, the lungs open. Become voluminous. And finding your Savasana pose. Toes together, bring arms down to your sides. Little bend in the knees for this Tadasana pose, just to keep everything soft. Roll your palms open and then cup the hands just slightly as though we're bringing that water up again. As you inhale, bring the water up, stretch up, look up. And as you exhale, bring the hands through center as you pour forward and just metaphorically wash yourself anew. Inhale as you come forward and exhale, fold in. All the way up, scoop the water up, roll the palms up and down through center, pour forward. Half lift, hands to your shins, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. Press through the feet, reach through the arms, palms cup, and pour forward, nice and slow. Half lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet at least hip distance, if not mat distance. Inhale, come up to tiptoes. Exhale, twist the heels and the hips over to the right. Inhale, come back through center, tiptoe, downward dog. And exhale, the heels and the hips to the left. Stay strong in those shoulders. Inhale through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Last one on our arms. We'll take one more round here. Come back through center, inhale. As you exhale, from the toes to the hands, rock forward, plank pose, inhale. And exhale, slowly lower to the earth. Heart lifts, cobra pose, downward facing dog. Knees bend, look forward and start to walk up, find your forward fold. Half lift, fold in, press through the feet, reach through the arms, stretch it up, and hands to your heart, Tadasana pose. Sit back and down, chair pose, feel a little heat in the legs, and press the weight over to the right foot, left foot steps back, and then open up into your hips. We're coming into warrior two. Hands stay at your heart for now. Hips level and square toward the camera or toward wherever you're facing. Right foot or right knee and ankle in line with each other. Left foot nice and active. Lift up into the toes. Anchor yourself down into the feet. And then the arms stretch out from the shoulders, palms down, fingers stretch out. And then if you can, maybe you lunge a little deeper. If it becomes too much, you'll let it go. Inhale here, open up, lift up through the heart, look forward. As you exhale, flip the right palm up, bring it up, reverse warrior. And moving with the breath here. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow to the thigh. Inhale, warrior two, legs don't move, you're anchored in place. Exhale, flowing with the breath, flowing with your body, reverse. Inhale. And exhale, extended side. Keep going, find your strength, find your stamina, find your flow. Connect to that Ujjayi breathing. Let it fuel you here as the body starts to activate, starts to become warm. Notice. Press down, reach up, warrior two, inhale. Straighten the right leg, bring the toes in and let your arms come down, palms roll out. Take a moment here, just lift up. Breathing deeply. Left heel presses in, left toes spin forward, coming to warrior two on the other side. Hips are level, left knee starts to bend, and if you need to lengthen the stance to become a little stronger in that front leg, please do so. If you need to straighten so that it's not so strong, please do so. Warrior two, every single yoga pose looks different on all of us, especially depending on what time of day it is. So reaching out, Find your warrior two. Feet are pressing in. My toes are wrong because my hips aren't cooperating this morning. Toes or fingers reaching out from each other. Left palm opens. Inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Listen to your breath. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, extended side. Legs don't move. The inhale is always warrior one. The exhale, you're stretching, reaching, and noticing where you're making that space. Two more. Strong in the legs, mindful of the breath. Come back, warrior one. Straighten the left leg, hands to your hips, toes go in the same direction. Take a nice inhale here, lengthen through the spine, reach your arms down, palms roll open. And let's move into a wide-legged squat here with the breath. As you inhale, as though you're cupping that water up, start to bend into the knees and sit back and down into the hips. And exhale, bring the hands down, pressing down toward the ground. Inhale, try to match the breath with the movement as I did not do round one. Exhale, slow and steady, straightening as you lower. Find your rhythm here. Legs are strong, flowing with the breath. Can you come to your squat a little deeper each time? Concentrate here. There's such a huge payoff to squatting with your breath. This brings such a grounding and steadiness to the body and to the psyche, like almost nothing I've ever seen. So find this movement here, even if you start to sweat, even if your legs are shaking, just stick with it. We'll do 5 more. You've got this. 3 more. Last one, come down to your pulse or to your squat. Reach those arms up. And let's pulse just a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up. Arms down, heel toe those feet together. Good job. Step forward to your to the top of your mat. Find Tadasana pose. Lift tall. As you inhale, arms reach up, hips sink back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up, chair pose, reach up. Moving with the breath here. Exhale, creating a little bit of heat with our water. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. 1 more. Step back, downward facing dog. And pedal it out here. Activate into your arms. Bring a little stillness as toes come together. As you inhale, left foot reaches up, find a stretch. Exhale, knee to nose. 4 more, inhale. If you'd like, you can add a little knee to nose with a plank pose. You don't have to move into plank though. You can stay in your downward dog. Inhale, exhale. Moving with the flow of your breath, firing up. Last 2. Reach it up, 3-legged dog. Toes together, knees come down. Give those shoulders a rest in child's pose, and we'll do second side in a moment. Take a few recovery breaths here. So much fun to put the body upside down. What is your heart doing right now? Just feel a little joy here. When you connect to joy, when you actually decide that you love what you're doing, suddenly you love what you're doing. Let's find our second side, reaching forward with joy, coming up into plank pose just because you can. Lift those hips to your strong downward facing dog. Toes come together. Right foot reaches up, inhale. As you exhale, knee to nose, you can stay in your downward dog. You don't have to move the shoulders. Inhale, if you'd like though, as you exhale, rock forward to your plank, knee to nose. Inhale, 4 more. Last 2, stay with it. Last 1. Reach up, 3-legged dog. Return, downward dog. Knees down and rest. Arms reaching forward or back, whatever feels better to you. Notice what your breath is doing and try to connect right away to Ujjayi breath. Even in this moment, especially if your heart is going a little quicker, if your breath is coming a little quicker, notice how quickly you can bring the breath under control with that Ujjayi breath. Allowing yourself to be fueled by the chaos instead of controlled by it. Come on. If you have a blanket, please find a little padding. We're going to come in and out of some lunges here to open into our heart. Moon salutations are something that I'll probably bring in on other Mondays. This Monday, I just wanted to bring in that heart opening aspect of it, the crescent part of it, so that we can learn how to move here into our moon salutations with a little bit more ease. So we'll come up to a tall kneeling position. And as you do this, tall kneeling, I want the knees to be right under the hips. So you're about hip distance, just as you are in Tadasana pose, instead of those knees really coming to touch, so that you can have that wider base and that steadiness here. And bring the weight, or bring the hands to the hips for balance. Connect to Ujjayi breath and a nice tall spine. Shift the weight into the left knee and bring right foot forward. And then scooch so that the right heel and right knee are in line with each other. And stay, even if you can come down a little bit forward, stay uplifted here because we're going to move with the breath. So find this straightness in the spine. Again, Tailbone presses down and lift up into the heart. Find steadiness as you press into the right foot and the left knee. Once you're lifted in your heart, bring your arms out, palms pressing up, elbows straight out from the shoulders, shoulders relaxed from the ears. Inhale. As you exhale, press forward into your lunge. Exhale. If it's too much for you to be in gratitude arms here, you're going to bring your hands to your knee and you're going to support yourself that way. Otherwise, arms will come up. As you inhale, shift the weight back, lift up to your 90-degree lunge, heart lifting, and exhale, lunge forward. Inhale, 3 more. Feel the strength and steadiness that you're cultivating as that heart opens. Flowing with the breath. Last one. Hands frame the foot. Left fingertips or left hand to the earth. Right arm reaches up. Inhale here. As you exhale, swim the arm forward. Once you reach top again, swim the arm backward. Inhale as the arm comes up. Exhale forward again. And back. And forward. One more. And back. Open up through the heart. Frame the foot. And then hands to your thigh. Lift up, hands to your hip. And come back. Kneeling pose. Knees pressing equally in. Hands at your hips. Shift the weight to the right knee now, the top of the right foot pressing in. Left leg goes forward and scooch around until you find that left knee and ankle in line with each other, but still nice and lifted. Tailbone presses down toward the earth, lift up into the heart. Stay here, or you can just reach to the thigh if you did that first side, or you can come up into gratitude arms. When you have gratitude, you always have enough. Inhale here. Exhale, lunge forward, keep your heart lifting. Inhale, lift up. Find the flow with your breath, find the movement in the hips. Steadiness here. Last one. Hands frame the foot. Right hand presses comfortably in. As you inhale, bring that left arm up. Find your open stretch. Twisting the belly toward the thigh. You'll hold the twist. Inhale as the arm reaches and forward swimmer. As you exhale, go through that range of motion. Inhaling as you come up and then backward. Exhale. It's almost like your arm is a big pendulum and you're just swinging up, swinging back around, moving with the breath. One more. Frame the foot. Start to lift up, hand to the knee. Press back, hands to the hips, knees together. And stretch back, child's pose. Let's thread the needle here in child's pose. Give those shoulders a much deserved stretch. Right hand stays reaching forward, left arm reaches through and then settle in as you can. You can even bend the right arm and make a little pillow if that feels better to you. We're going for that stretch here in that left shoulder blade, the left neck. Let yourself be still here. Still noticing the flow of your breath, but allowing the body to come to rest. Come through center. And other side. Right arm reaches through, the palm faces up. Left arm reaches forward, or you can bring that little pillow in for the head if the ground is feeling too far away. Feel stillness in the body and stay connected to the flow of your breath, especially if the belly is pressing into the thighs. Here you get that really nice organ massage, that digestive boost. Come back to center. Lift up to tabletop. We'll come over to our back. We're going to come into pigeon pose. If you prefer a forward fold pigeon, please feel free to do that. I'm going to teach reclined pigeon today. Keep your blanket handy if you like it for Savasana. And then as you're ready, come on down to lay on your back and hug your knees into your chest. And roll around here. If it's not comfortable for hands to be on the legs, you can just rest the hands on the earth. And feel connection here to the spine and the hips and the shoulders and the back of the head to the earth. Move here gently side to side into the hips. And then keeping your knees about hip distance apart, paint circles on the ceiling with your knees, just holding yourself steady here. Arms can come to your sides if this becomes too much for the hips. You can just support yourself with the arms. And go the other way. Concentrating on how the sacrum is pressing into the earth as the knees roll around. Everything connected as we paint circles on the ceiling with our knees, so to speak. You're really giving yourself this nice sacrum and lumbar spine and SI joint massage. Bring your feet down to the earth, finding center here. And hands reach out to your sides. Right ankle crosses at the left thigh, flexing through the heel. And stay here for your pigeon pose, or you can use your arms to hug the leg in, finding the stretch here, keeping the leg in its shape, or if you're comfortable, that left leg can come in as an assist, and you can reach through. I've also seen people reach through with a strap around the knee just to make the arms longer. You can find this assistant there if you have a belt or a strap handy. So many ways to get into this pigeon stretch. Feel that opening in your right outer hip. Left foot comes down to the earth. Right leg unwinds. And then just adjust yourself. If you're in your forward fold, just dance around in your dog. And then other side, left ankle comes to cross at the right thigh, flexing through the heel. Stay here or hug in as you'd like. Listen to the sound of your breath. Feel yourself sinking into the earth, anchoring yourself in. Release out of your pigeon stretch. Right foot to the earth, left foot to the earth. And stretch your arms out, feet come as wide as the mat. Inhale here. As you exhale, let your knees drop right, turn and look left. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees left, face right. A few more times, just listening to your breath, going with the flow of your own rhythm. Just coming in and out of your twist a few more times. And back to center. Hug your knees to your chest or come up for a happy baby. Feet pressing up toward the sky. If you can't quite reach your feet, you can hold on to your thighs or maybe your shins. Feel the weight move gently here, side to side. And then feet come down, legs stretch out, arms stretch out, making our way to Savasana. You can cover up with your blanket if you'd like. Shavasana is meant to be a place of rest and reset, a place where your body can hit save on all of the energy and work that we just did. So just allow yourself this time to really sink into a place of rest. Feeling that you're just sinking in, sinking into your mat. Allowing your breath to slow. Allowing all of your muscles to melt off of you toward the earth. Feeling the length of your hands, your fingers, your arms. Everything quiet next to you. Feeling the length of your legs, the length of your toes, the shape of your feet, everything softening here. So allowing this feeling of sinking in to rest, to recalibrate and to come out of this rest with refreshment, with excitement, and with joy. Start to deepen your breath. Keeping your eyes closed and just becoming aware of the sounds that you hear. Aware of the coolness of the air on your skin, your face, your arms, your feet. Aware of the heart beating in your chest. Connecting inward for another moment, just feel the beat of your heart. Connect to that energy. Start to add movement to the body, just waking up, stretching. Open mouth, exhale. Bending the knees. Turn over to your side. Take a few breaths here. Just connect to a sense of gratitude. I said earlier, when you have gratitude, you always have enough. But gratitude is another thing that we have to practice. So just connect to your breath here and be grateful for it. That steady rhythm coming in and out of your body, nourishing you. Connect to your heartbeat. It's an electrical pump keeping you going, keeping you alive, keeping you energized. And slowly come on up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart and allow yourself to connect for a moment to everyone in the room with us today, connecting to me, connecting to all of the people who showed up to practice today, this beautiful Monday morning, April 6th, I think. Whether you're joining us live or later, it doesn't matter. Just connect your heart to ours. And with that connection, let's end class with the sound of 3 ohms, bringing your vibrations nice and loud into your universe. Slow, deep inhale. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste.